To those who are watching this, I am Jet Hilao. I may not be a woman or identify as one, but here I am trying my absolute best to tell you how the world revolves around the concept of humans, man and woman, interacting and joining forces to live and enjoy life to the fullest. As I consume media such as books, films, and music, it made me open up my mind as I realized that the world shouldn't be a man-dominated planet, as men and women should have an equal ground and have fair competition from work, industry, and even livelihood. It must have been tough for women that they are discriminated against just because of what they are. They have to work rigorously just to earn their peers' trust before being accepted within society. And that they have to prove something first before being recognized in society. With that, let me tell you something about feminism and its four waves. But first, what is feminism? How do we define such a concept that has been viewed by the community as both a positive and a negative force that challenges what it means to be a woman and to be empowered as such? To shed some light on that, here's my take about the four waves of feminism and its media representation. Feminism's true meaning may vary from person to person, especially on how they view the world and how people could contribute to the society with a common ground for all. Copied verbatim from International Women's Development Agency, feminism is about respecting diverse women's experiences, identities, knowledge, and strengths, and striving to empower all women to realize their full rights. It's about leveling the playing field between genders and ensuring that diverse women and girls have the same opportunities in life available to boys and men. Quite simply, feminism is about all genders having equal rights and opportunities. The first wave of feminism started from the 1830s to the early 1900s. This period was about women stepping up from their usual everyday roles and yearning for having a say about issues regarding their sexual, reproductive, and economical matters. They gained the right to vote as they are often taken for granted. And this movement created a huge impact on the future of women in politics and in life. A media that shows suffrage of women and the stigma surrounding them is showcased in a documentary film titled One Woman, One Vote. It captures the hardships and struggles of a woman, often campaigning for their cause to vote, and the real eye-opener to those wanting to understand and know the history behind feminism. Now, let's move on to the second wave of feminism. The second wave started around the 1960s through the 1980s with the goal of breaking women's stereotypes of being the typical happy housewife heroine that was the standard of homes and should be the default image of a good woman. A media that talks about this is a book that was written by Betty Friedan in 1963 called The Feminine Mistake. It talks about how women were expected to sacrifice everything once they have a family. That means letting go of their dreams, skills, careers, and independence for the well-being of their family. Women had fought for gender equality, for their voices to be heard, as they inspired to have the same rights the men have during those times. They fought to have reproductive rights, express their sexuality, and shed light on workplace discrimination, to name a few. They strive to lessen the gap between men and women for them to hopefully and successfully gain the equal stand in the community and within society. Now let's move on to the third wave of feminism that started in the 1990s through the early 2000s. In this period, the term feminist had become broad as women's outlook also became varied. There we have subgroups of feminists to each their own causes and purpose. It continued their fight to end violence against women and strived to vanquish the inequality of men and women in the workplace. Most of all, post-feminism gained an attraction and became popular with their concept of women finally achieving their goals, that they finally accomplished their yearning for equality in the world. Although this term is in a stark contrast to the former waves of feminism, it is without a doubt the zenith of women with their battle for their equality. Through the 90s, music has been a way to point out certain topics with lyrics containing issues and ideas into a broad audience, or in this case, the listeners. Examples of songs that empower women are No Scrubs by TLC and its message that women won't settle for less, or a scrub in this case, as she knows her worth. Another song is by the band No Doubt with its pop rock music and sarcastic lyrics. Just a Girl is about women's vulnerability and how a woman is viewed as just a girl and nothing more. For the fourth and recent wave of feminism, social media and technology had its impact on how women can empower each other through the ability of online presence and through countless multimedia platforms. Starting from the 2010s up until this day, modern women still continue the fight from the previous decades of women empowerment and their fight for equality within society. Now accomplished with technology, they have the platform to show their struggles through different social media applications, as they have the whole space for showcasing what a woman can do, what a woman is, and what a woman is capable of. Using the internet to stay connected with people from different countries and nationalities, they have the power to voice out each other's challenges and find a way to support one another unlike before. This period aims to end stigma regarding social media activism, body positivity, sexual and gender identity, to name a few. Movements such as #MeToo has paved way for women to share their experiences such as sexual abuse, harassment, and rape culture, to voice out what women had gone through, and to let people know that anyone can be a victim. This way, they aren't silenced anymore, as it aims to point out that one must speak up to spread awareness and to expose the dirty deeds of people in the industry, the society, and even, sadly, in the family. Another movement is the My Body, My Choice, that gained traction because of the law that made abortion legal in certain countries, thus women ultimately having no choice or say about their own bodies. Women and men should have the rights about their own body, not letting other people decide what they should do or what they should not do. Example of media regarding the fourth wave of feminism are social media applications such as Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, where people can freely post their views and interact with people who relate to them. These are great platforms to take action into their causes and for them to continue fighting for something that they should have been given in the first place: their rights. With the four waves of feminism, I can conclude that each era has their own struggles and reason as to why women should have the same rights as men do. From fighting for their rights to vote, from being able to speak up and do whatever a man can do, we have come a long way since then. It's amazing how perseverance and dedication stayed with them all throughout the years, that it eventually led to them to be accepted and be seen as equal in society. However, unfortunately, women are still facing challenges and hardships as people evolve, as well as their perception against others. Women are still being objectified, looked down upon, and stereotyped in media representation, as the battle still continues to fight for their rights as human beings, with feelings, with emotions, and life. I'll end this with a quote from Catriona Gray, Miss Universe 2018, which summarizes everything.
I've always believed that as women, we have the power to redefine our generation. When we raise our voices together, the words woman power become more than just a phrase. They become a movement.